Welcome back, to the to the Kevin Gold show. How we doing today? I'm doing okay, yes, I am. Feeling good, feeling great. Just got off the phone with some people gonna help me out with some, student loan consolidation. Very important. I advise anyone to do that because it does affect your credit score and they can take money out of your tax returns, which I did not get a tax return this year. I was very disappointed, and henceforth, I called, and I was very unhappy because, quite frankly, I'm not doing too well financially, and I should be. So anyway, here's the thing. Uh, I've got. I'm a curious guy by nature, right? Out of respect. And I noticed that the neighbor next door. Listen, I've never lived in a ghetto before. This is Westchester, Illinois. This is somewhere I would never live. If my mom wasn't a victim of a predatory loan, the subprime mortgage crisis, the stock market crash, uh, and ultimately her foreclosure. So she moves in with this guy that she met at a casino, but he's from this town that no one's heard of. At least none of my college friends who come from places like Hinsdale, Winnetka, Glencoe, uh, Lake Zurich, Deerfield. Um, some come from Naperville, I guess, too. But, that's about as low as it gets on the income scale. Roselle, not the nicest. Not bad, but not that nice. And then we go to this town, which is even probably worse. It's kind of it definitely the homes are built like in the 30s or 40s or 50s, and they were not built for sustainability. I mean, like the brick is so old. Like you can tell this house is very old, and it's just not built for longevity. Like it looks like a Warsaw ghetto. I mean, and so the driveway is very skinny. Not as skinny as like the driveways in Brooklyn, but it's definitely a skinnier driveway compared to ones in Illinois or like in the places where my friends from the Chicagoland area live, like the aforementioned suburbs that aren't called Westchester, but the ones that my friends from my college friends live. Anyway, so here's the point. This guy next door, uh, well, really on both sides. I feel like they're like part of the same Kurdish forces. No, I don't know. But they're definitely interesting, very intriguing. And I was told this when I moved here by somebody from Hinsdale. He's like, "Yeah, Westchester, neighbors are gonna be kind of weird." And certainly he was right. They're definitely a little off. I don't think these people are like bachelors. I feel like they're kind of like Russian, as in like high school get married or like military then get married, um, and like don't really, maybe get an associate's degree at the most. But not a very good area for a young guy like myself, like a young urban professional. Definitely not somewhere where somebody my age could be social. Um, Not a lot of resources. I mean, that there's any kind of business, there's businesses, but um, it's not like bars or like social settings where I would, take a girl out to dinner to. There's only like one pizzeria down the street that's even somewhat decent. And that's really about it. There's a Mariano's, that's a grocery store, so like that's like a Publix or you know, whatever, pavilions, Ralph's, Mariano's. Anyway, that's really about it. Like in the vicinity of this ghetto. But here's the thing. So this guy, this neighbor, he's like a skinhead. I don't know if he's like a neo-Nazi or whatnot, but he might be a cop for all I know. I don't know. He's got the same car as my stepmom, the old Equinox, the old Chevrolet Equinox. It's not a bad car, right? It's definitely not a Porsche SUV, but it's not bad. So he he's in his basement every single night. Now, the only reason I know this is because like it's a split level house, so his basement comes up to like, basically like my, when I'm walking in the kitchen, that's the first light I see. It's like, kind of at my chest level where the basement hits because he's got a split level house. But like the living room is on a different level. So like the living room is on the main level, and then once you walk into the house, I feel like then it's a split level. It's like one of those designs. I'm not quite sure, but I think that's what it is. So there is an area. There is one ranch level, but then you go like a little up, then you can it's split level. So anyway, the living room though I noticed because I always see this TV on is on the level that's on the ground. So like he's never in his living room. He's always in his basement. What does he do in his basement? He's like making meth. I don't know. It seems kind of odd because I've gotten weird feels since I've lived in this house, and I just get strange vibes from those neighbors because they've never said one word. That's really weird. I've never had neighbors quite like that. Like I said, my friends from Hinsdale said before that you're gonna find some weird neighbors in Westchester. And I've told you guys before that the only reason we live here is because my mom's ex-boyfriend, his deceased mother and sister, well, they lived here and they're now deceased. Ironically, miraculously, within the span of like a month or two or three or four, five, maybe six, I'm not sure. Both of them died, apparently. So that opened up a spot here for us to come here to die, to Bergen, Bellson, or whatever the fuck. Just kidding. This is in 1940. So anyway, just letting you guys know, neighbor to the right, always in the basement every single night. Don't know what's going on down there. Kind of weird. I mean, like, why wouldn't you hang out in your living room? I just like, I'm a curious guy. It's just my nature. What are you doing in the basement? Like, I don't think it's a finished basement. So if it's like concrete, then especially it's weird because it's like, what do you do down there? You like one of those Xbox or PS4 extreme gamers, and you go down there, and your wife just chills in the living room and eats her bonbons, and you just chill in the basement and like play video games. I mean, I know people that do that, but I don't know. This guy, he's kind of like buff, like stocky, like not the tallest, maybe like 5'9". Um, Looks like he definitely could be an ex-Marine or Army, something like that. But yeah, no, that's just odd, right? Basement every single night. What are you doing down there, bro? That's all I got. God bless.